Hello and welcome to more Vintage Cube. This pack it's something. Ooh, we got Circle of Dreams Druid. I really like the color palette on this art piece. I don't know if this is necessarily a good card for Vintage Cube. I mean, it's Guy's Cradle on a creature, but it costs triple green. I guess we'll see. I'm not going to take it. I don't think I'm going to value this card highly, but I could be proven wrong. I just really like the color palette. What are we looking for? Not a lot of great cards here. We could just take like an Impulse. Stay open. We could take like Verdant Catacombs or Mutavault so we can live our Magda dreams. Could take Burgi if we want to draft Storm. If you're trying to win, I don't even know. Maybe Verdant Catacombs is just the best option if you're trying to win. This pack is all like very medium. I guess Impulse is like the only real blue card. We'll just take that. I think in general, if you are trying to win, like blue cards are pretty strong. Ooh, there's Oko. There's an Old Border Treasure Cruise. The Old Border really just makes a huge difference. Liliana the Last Hope. I like this card, but I just really don't enjoy 3-mana Planeswalkers in the cube. Like, I'll play them, right? Oko's just absurdly strong, so I'll probably end up taking him here. But like in my cube, I just cut a lot of the 3-mana Planeswalkers, like Ashiok and stuff, that are like 1-card win cons. If I wasn't taking Oko, Brazen Borrower is really good. I value GT very highly. I guess there's also, you know, Ashiok and things like that, Vendilion Click, but this card is kind of the nuts. He wins the game on his own. But like, what else do you need besides that, really? If I had taken Verdant Catacombs, it would kind of help with fixing, but honestly, Impulse is somewhat of fixing as well because you can just find a blue or green source off of this. I like Snapcaster if I'm kind of being like blue cheap spells. Cultivate is good. It's a little bit slow for this format, and then Brainstorm is just fine. And I actually love Phyrexian Revoker, but I think Snapcaster Mage has the highest upside. Ooh, some good lands, but there's also Mana Leak and Mystic Confluence. This is hard. I mean, cheap spells with Oko is good. Tireless Tracker could come around. Yeah, I think the 2-mana plays are more important. There's a lot of strong 5s out there, and like, it's sometimes you just lose before you can get up to 5 mana. Where it matters is having a critical density of 2-mana interactive spells, and Mana Leak just does that pretty perfectly. I'm surprised they didn't put in the one that has Replicate. It's like 2-mana counter target spell unless they pay 2 and then Replicate blue. I honestly feel like that card might be better than Mana Leak, because in the early turns they're the same, right? You can just counter a spell, but in the late turns you can Replicate and like counter Storm cards, or you know, if they cast like a big spell and you have 3 mana available, you can now counter target spell unless they pay 4. So personally, I feel like that card is stronger than Mana Leak in most situations, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. Here we're gonna take Narset. Okay. Well, speaking of big big plays, there's an Ugin. Ugin's interesting. Gideon is interesting. Opposition Agent is fine. I don't love it. We could move into Sultai and take a Maelstrom Pulse. That, I mean, it's just a good card and it works well with like the Oko Mana Leak game plan if we want to really limit our mana. But I think Ugin really works well in a controlling type deck. Like, you can fetch it off Narset and stuff, and it just gives you like late game power. Here we have Overgrown Tomb or Thieving Skydiver. I think I'd rather stay mostly blue if possible. If I had taken Maelstrom Pulse, obviously I'd take this, but there's a lot of situations where this card is good. Like, you just snipe one of their Moxes, take a Signet. Stealing creatures is pretty fun. Like, I took a Beaumont Courier, I think, with this card, and it was halfway decent in that situation. So I don't hate it. Here, there's a Bloodchief's Thirst, Ramanop Excavator, and some other things. I think I'm going to take the Bloodchief's Thirst. It's the card that goes best with all the other things I have. I could end up in like blue-black control. There's a Mutavault, a Temple Garden. I guess I'm going to take the Temple Garden because if I get a blue-white fetch, this acts as better fixing. Ooh, blue is definitely open. A lot of options here. Brazen Borrower, Treasure Cruise. I don't think I'm taking Liliana. Brazen Borrower is the best like overall card. Treasure Cruise is good card advantage, but we already have Snapcaster Mage, Narset, and Oko in terms of card advantage, so I think I'm just going to take the cheap interaction here. Now I will take Murderous Rider. I don't think this deck wants a Blast Zone, and if I do end up in black, like, this card it's decent at least. We're looking for more 1-mana spells. I think there was a Brainstorm somewhere that probably got taken. Oh, wow. Pelucraner's Term Timber Symbiosis. I don't love either of those. I'm just going to take this Raging Ravine. Sorry, Dragon. You're beautiful, you're tubby, you're thick. You're just not good. I hate to say it. It's the first time I've said it publicly on camera, and I already regret it. Alright, well, maybe I should move into red. What do you guys think? Wow, that's a lot of, rituals. Seething Song, Empty the Warrens. Pyretic Ritual is also in that last pack. So, maybe... I'm willing to abandon Oko. We'll see what happens here, because, well, Force of Will is pretty good. There's also Underground Sea if we do want to maintain black. Demonic Tutor is good too. Badlands would help with red. I love Expressive Iteration. It's pretty awkward when you have Ugin in your deck, but, you know, you don't have to take Ugin off of it. But I think I'm staying blue. I'm just going to take the blue card. We're going to get something out of this pack that's going to be playable. And Force of Will makes some matchups just winnable that otherwise wouldn't be. Like Storm, it makes it much easier to play against. Anytime where you're trying to, like, let's say you like tap out for Oko and they go to kill it and then you Force of Will, that's just such a strong tempo advantage that, like, this card is very hard to replace. It's not amazing, it is card disadvantage, so there are matchups where you just cut it, like probably against some of the cheap aggro decks, unless you have like Ancestral Recall and things to recoup that card disadvantage. Any grindy matchup, this card gets quite a bit worse. But when it's good, it's really hard to beat. Okay, there's a Spell Pierce. There's a Repeal. I'm surprised Spell Pierce is not in the old border. That would look so sick. Arid Mesa, Spell Pierce Repeal, Seachrome Coast. No, I would take Arid Mesa, right? No, that's a red-white, never mind. I would take Seachrome Coast. I did see a Mana Tithe in one of the other packs. Skull Clamp doesn't really work for us. I'm just going to take this Spell Pierce. People don't seem to take Repeal very highly, and I think having that card come around would be pretty nice for us. Okay. White seems open. I mean, Palace Jailer and Skyclave Apparition are both absurd. Turnabout, I don't love here, so I'm not taking that. I could take a Darkslick Shores or just take a Thoughtseize and hope that I get a Darkslick Shores to come around. Because right now, like, I just have the Bloodchief's Thirst. I don't love that. I'm not playing Turnabout. Academy's bad. I don't think these white cards are going to do it. I think I'm going to take... This is so hard. I think Darkslick Shores has a higher chance to come around than Thoughtseize. Misty Rainforest really helps with the Oko Splash. Mox Diamond is okay. I actually have a lot of like cheap 1-mana interactive spells, so I think I'm going to take the fetch before I take the Mox Diamond. Here there's a Wasteland. Tassiger is interesting. Stonecoil Serpent. It's just kind of generally good. It's not like amazing for this particular deck, but I think I do like Wasteland in general. If you're kind of on the tempo, like Wasteland goes pretty well with Spell Pierce and Mana Leak and things like that, because you're just denying the mana and then going further. So I'll just take that. We're kind of like a Delver-esque strategy. That was me moving my chair, by the way, if you heard that. It kind of sounded like a fart, so I figured I should clarify what was going down. Yeah, the thing is, like, Gideon, white is very open, and maybe we should just move into white. There's also Trigon Predator, which is fine. The biggest issue really is our white fixing. So Yorion is good with Snapcaster Mage. I'm not playing Robber the Rich. Kind of Narset and Oko. Maybe mostly Narset. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, none of these cards are particularly great. I think I'm going to take Trigon Predator because I think Oko is strong enough that I'm going to want it. Here's a Lotus Cobra versus a Walking Ballista. Probably, honestly, I might just like Walking Ballista here. I have like one Misty Rainforest, but I'm not really ramping that hard, and this card does a lot. This card's absurd, by the way. What, just like, how do you beat it? I guess you don't, but it's so good with Stoneforge Mystic. Remember how Stoneforge Mystic was banned in Modern because of Batterskull, and then they printed like Super Batterskull? I remember that. Field of Ruin, Torrential Gearhulk, so that's good with Spell Pierce, Mana Leak, Impulse, Force of Will. So Torrential Gearhulk is okay. Mindslaver does win some matchups, but I think I'm just going to take Field of Ruin. There are also some matchups where Field of Ruin is necessary, I guess. Here we can take Badlands. I have really no way to cast Expressive Iteration, so I'm just going to do that. We do get the Repeal, that's nice. So we are pretty interactive. Eidolon, Incinerate. I mean, at this point, Incinerate is looking potentially playable. I don't think I want Turnaround just for value. So we'll do that. Den of the Bugbear requires an additional red. Yeah, I think Probably I was supposed to end up in red. I'll take Lindvala though. And a Lodestone Golem. And a Razor Verge Thicket versus Lotus Petal. I don't know, I'll take this I guess. I have quite a bit of green-white fixing now. I don't think I'm playing red, but these are over here. I am short on playables. I'm definitely not drafting the exclusively open lane. That would probably be red, because I'm just getting really late cards. Like red-white is probably where I'm supposed to be. But I think overall I'm not doing so bad. Probably cutting these two. And honestly, these black cards probably have to go. So we'll see what happens. I do have Misty Rainforest Temple Garden, so I could splash for Teferi. I could also splash for Path to Exile. I love that card. This is a pretty good dig through time deck. I have a lot of cheap spells. Spell Pierce, Repeal, Mana Leak, things like that. I did not get Torrential Gearhulk, so that's something to keep in mind, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take dig through time. I like Force of Negation, but I need a bit more proactive threats. If I had the fixing for Leovold, I'd probably consider it, but there is a chance dig through time comes around because not everybody wants it. If I play a single plains, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 white sources for Teferi. I could even play Razor Verge Thicket, I guess. Alright, I'll take Teferi. He's pretty good in this deck. There's Counterspell. I take the card that makes my mana worse and then follow it up with the card that requires good mana. It's perfect. I like Sylvan Library too, but I think this deck wants Counterspell. One of these cards will come around. I might be in for Razor Verge Thicket on the double splash. It's a bit awkward having Razor Verge Thicket in your Counterspell deck, so we'll see what happens there. See, we have Trinket Mage, Marsh Flats can grab Temple Garden. Riftwind Cloudskate's good. I think I need playable, so I'm just going to take the Cloudskate. Right now I have 16 cards in my main deck, which is not great. So we'll work on that number first. Here's a Spellseeker that can grab Counterspell, Mana Leak, Impulse. I don't know if it can grab Brazen Borrower, Spell Pierce, and Repeal. That's pretty decent. Sun Titan would be good, but double white's a lot. And Urza Saga is fine. It's pretty awkward. Like I can get a Walking Ballista, I guess. Put it into play, right? You can't, yeah. You can't put it into your hand. I'm just going to take the Spellseeker. It's just okay. Ooh, I love Remand. Remand is so good. I can't, like, Botanical Sanctum is good, but you just can't pass up this card. Bloodstained Mire doesn't really work with where we're going. Gush is interesting. I kind of like Gush. This is a really cheap deck, so being able to, like, continue hitting land drops and drawing cards is kind of where this deck wants to be. We may not be main decking Ugin, which I'm actually pretty fine with. Here we have Commit Memory versus Uro. I don't think this is a Mystical Tutor deck or anything like that. We could have had a pretty interesting Storm deck, although getting LED and Tendrils in the same pack is pretty brutal. But I think there was a Brain Freeze earlier. I think I just like this. It's kind of expensive, but Uro is like just kind of aggressively medium, and double green will be pretty hard for this deck to accomplish. And I don't like casting Uro just for his front side. Hangerback Walker helps us stay alive. Ren and 6, I love this card. I don't think this is the deck for it. Thus's Oracle is fine. I don't think we're decking ourselves though. And yeah, we'll just take the Walker, I guess. Yeah, okay, Dig Through Time did come around, I guess. Yeah, it was correct. Oath of Druids, no. This would have potential to be an interesting Oath of Druids deck. I don't have the black fixing for Leovold. So now we have 27, so this is enough playables. I could take Karn. I have some artifacts. Alright, Karn, get in the deck. We have Trinket Mage, Sensei's Top, and things. But we do have Emery Walking Ballista, which is like kind of a combo. I guess I'll take Emery. I don't know if I want to play Ugin. If I need playables, Ugin goes in. It's just okay though. I guess I'll take Bolas's Citadel. I'm not playing Shambling Vent or anything. Well, I'll take it. I don't know. There could be a world where I just like absolutely need it. Ooh, Botanical Sanctum was incredible. Can't believe that came around. I would actually probably put Pernicious Deed in this deck too, but God the Shrine, Lightning Strike. Yeah, red was the open lane, but so was blue. I guess blue-red was where I was supposed to be. I only saw, I think, a Steam Vent and a Wandering Fumarole in packs like really early. So, you know, I was probably fighting someone who was like red trying to get blue cards, is my best guess. I don't think I'm going to main deck Wasteland. That seems more of a sideboard. This is 23 playables, which seems fine. I do have to main deck this Trigon Predator, but I think that's okay. This card is pretty good in some matchups, and then we have all these X-costing spells. So we want 1 plains, 1 forest, 10 islands. Honestly, that seems perfect. So as far as blue sources go, we have 1, 2, 3, 13. Green sources, for 2 green cards, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green. And then white sources, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 white card that costs 5. Honestly, that seems okay to me. I will see you guys around 1. Oh, right, we're playing against Aerocalypse. Pretty fun name. I'm gonna keep. This hand's a bit awkward on the draw, but we have all of our colors, and if they don't do anything on turn 2, we have Counterspell available. Of course, they're gonna... Okay, Skull Clamp. Do I want a Force of Will? I guess I can Brazen Borrower bounce the Skull Clamp. Plus, I'm not really killing anything, so that's fine. We'll play this first. I was considering playing an island so I could leave up Gush and also play around Wasteland. Smuggler's Copter I can also bounce, so that's fine too. I like what opponent's doing over here though. Go island. I can either bounce Smuggler's Copter or trade for it. But probably what's going to happen is we counterspell their Tireless Tracker. Ooh, Llanowar Elves. Do I counterspell Llanowar Elves? I think so. If I get Mana Tithe, I'm going to cry. It just represents a lot of value for them, right? They crew the Copter. They play Mana Vault, that's okay. I think we're on the... Oh, they missed a land drop too. That's good to note. There's Oko. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target creature an opponent controls with power 3 or less. I mean, I think I just get down Oko. I have Force of Will available if they do something too scary. Make a food. And I can start making 3/3s. That seems okay. And if they don't do anything too scary, we just like have Brazen Borrower and or Gush. The hope is that they tap Mana Vault for something really big. We just counter it. Stonecoil Serpent X equals 5. So target creature opponent controls power 3 or less. It also has protection from Oko. But I mean, Brazen Borrower is fairly good against this, right? That goes through, and then I just Brazen Borrower bounce the Stonecoil Serpent. Oko goes down to 3, they get to loot. I think I'm just gonna Force of Will this pitch and Gush. My only card advantage. This is a really tough turn. I have Oko, so I just need to ride this out for victory. I can Gush and then like see what's happening, but then I'm down to 2 mana next turn. I think I counter this, and I think I'm pitching Gush. Brazen Borrower really deals with everything that's currently in play, and my opponent's stuck on mana. Okay, dig through time's pretty good. So let's make this into a 3/3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna play Temple Garden tapped. Attack for 3. Another, they start taking damage off of Mana Vault. I get to, if they play a creature, then I can like bounce the Smuggler's Copter when they go to crew it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's fine though. Oh, they can't even crew the Copter. That's great. Oh my gosh. Petty Theft, your Noble Hierarch. Enjoy. That's essentially Time Walk. That's disgusting. Spell Pierce is nice. So let's make a food. Play land. Attack for 3. So if they want to Time Walk themselves again, they can. Yeah, I'm really happy I took Brazen Borrower over Gush. Also, if they're at the position where they're Skull Clamping their Noble Hierarchs when they're on 2 mana, that's like still a pretty good position to be in. So that's fine. That resolves. You can clamp your Hierarch. If they miss on lands here, I think the game pretty much ends. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, yeah. That was easy enough. Linvala, if I can play her, seems pretty good. I just don't think I have the mana. Spell Pierce, I guess they showed some cards, like Spell Piercing a Smuggler's Copter would be good. I also just don't have enough playables. Yeah, this hand's fine. Got the old remand situation. Oh, they don't have a Mana Elf too? This is perfect. Go land. Phyrexian Revoker naming Oko most likely is fine. And that's why I took Oko so highly and why I just don't like Oko. Like, not fun. Pass turn. Ooh, Field of Ruin Dig Through Time. Nice little combo. I don't know if I saw any non-basic lands from my opponent though. If I had Oko and stuff, I could flash in Snapcaster Mage and block, but I don't, so Knight of the Reliquary. Let's remand that. Because we're kind of trying to hit land drops and stuff. Can play Narset, but think I want to wait just a little bit because now I get to Mana Leak Knight of the Reliquary and then Snapcaster Remand something. And then I have Snapcaster in play to block for Narset. So this seems good. This deck is disgusting, by the way. And now we Mana Leak. Opponent might concede right here. Okay, they didn't miss it. Ooh, Stirring Wildwood is not a problem because I have Field of Ruin. Perfect. Go land past turn. Yeah, this card, it's better than I always think that it is. So the hope here is that they just activate Stirring Wildwood, I guess. Okay, I'll take 2. These enter untapped, right? Yeah, so this one, I think we're just going to Snapcaster Mana Leak this Eternal Witness. I don't want to remand because like it is tempo hit, but next turn they're going to be able to counter or cast Eternal Witness, and like none of them Reliquary is scary. I don't know. I don't want to give them a 2-for-1. So now I can play Narset, but then they have Stirring Wildwood. But I think I can Field of Ruin. I'm gonna make sure these come in untapped. Basic land card puts on the battlefield, yes. So I can Field of Ruin their Stirring Wildwood and then play Narset, grabbing a forest. Narset gives me a thing. Hopefully. Ugin's pretty good, I've heard. We'll just keep back Snapcaster to block. Okay, Stonecoil Serpent, honestly not too scary. I think I can repeal this for 1 mana. I might have been able to do that last turn, I'm not sure. Ooh, Teferi's pretty good. So let's downtick Narset. Grabbing Oko or Karn. They have Revoker naming Oko. So I guess we just take Karn. Play Karn. And I think honestly right now I just feel like making a construct to block. Play this. I have Repeal on Stonecoil Serpent. I might want to do this before they tap out, I guess. There's a Spellseeker, okay. Go ahead. This is like a systematic dismantling. Another reason for playing Karn, I think I said this already, but it's good with Ugin. It's gonna be a 7/7 Stonecoil, okay. Protection from Teferi, I have to keep that in mind. So that's going to become problematic eventually. At this point, let's uptick Karn. Impulse land. Okay, honestly, I kind of wanted that land, so that's pretty good. We get to do that. 7 mana, I guess I just have to commit the Stonecoil. And I can also Spellseeker. Oh, this is glorious. Visibility, yes. Counterspell. And then I'm just going to commit Stonecoil now before they have like Mana Tithe available. And now I think I start attacking with Snapcaster Mage. But since Pilgrim is acceptable, Skull Clamp doesn't even work because I have Narset in play. So yeah, this game's kind of over, I think. We have Dig Through Time at the ready. I mean, this is exactly how I would like to do stuff. So I can get an Impulse, but I think I'm gonna uptick Karn again and see what happens. I don't mind grabbing lands or whatever. Gush Island, yeah. So I get an island, that's fine. I can get Gush, which will be good. Don't really need Botanical Sanctum. I'm not gonna play Ugin. I think I'm just gonna attack for 2 here. And I could flashback commit, but they only have 1 card in hand anyway, so like there's no point. Here comes a big Stonecoil, which is gonna get countered. Yeah, just counter that. Move to combat. We can Dig Through Time or whatever. This, yeah, okay. See you guys next round. That was disgusting. Oh, right, we're playing against Crazy Pond. I like that name. This hand's a bit loose, but we're gonna keep it because obviously. Pretty good in the mono blue mirrors though. We have lands. We have a Karn, I guess? I don't know. I just love Repeal more than I should. Simic Signet. That's fine. Looks more like an elk to me. Never mind, it looks more like mine. I need quite a bit of mana before I can steal that, but it will be glorious. Charter Course is fine. As long as they're not on Reanimator. Okay. Yeah, Charter Course for no value is something I'm definitely down with. Alright, we have all of our splash colors. We do get to repeal the Signet end of turn. Actually, I'm just gonna go for this now. Because I kind of want them to recast it so that I can Thieving Skydiver. It's kind of a weird play, they just didn't play it, alright. Well, I draw my forest. They're probably holding up Cryptic Command. So what would I rather have? Oko or Karn? Karn uses my mana better, plays into Daze, which is kind of annoying. Because I think the play here is going to be basically Oko plus Force of Will. It's gotta be Oko, right? Playing around days here is really important. Yeah, the Cryptic, we Force of Will, the Cryptic pitching, I guess, Teferi? No, we'll pitch Trigon Predator. They have Force again? Uh-oh. Well, this got pretty bad, actually. I'm glad I kept Teferi now. If I draw a white source, we can be okay, but that was kind of brutal. Now they play their Signet and I can steal it, I guess. They have Soul Ring? Uh-oh. That's a lot of mana. We're in... Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on over there? Snapcaster Mage, Repeal. I think we're gonna go for Thieving Skydiver to cut them off of mana. Cast with Kicker. Kicker is 1. They have 1 card in hand. It's Counterspell, sure. Yoink. Now they only have 8 mana. What could possibly go wrong with 8 mana? 9 mana? Yikes. Okay, well they kind of have to eat Thieving Skydiver, I think. Oh, okay. I guess Teferi is not super castable. Karn was a scary last card. There's Commit though. So, second from the top. I think I'm gonna draw step commit them. This is a bit riskier, but it makes it so that we just like get rid of Karn for more turns. Or I'm gonna stop and upkeep so I can think, okay, well, we're draw step committing this. If they drew a counterspell, you know, we get got, but I don't know, maybe this was unnecessarily greedy. Yep, because if they drew something, like Snapcaster Cryptic Command or whatever. Oh my gosh, yeah. Alright, well, now they have Karn. I did put a stop and upkeep to think about it. That was like the worst possible situation. At this point, I guess we're gonna exile this Karn, because now I have to Snapcaster commit the Karn. Oh, that works. No, it doesn't. 1, 2. Yeah, so I have enough mana to do this. I guess we just main phase this. Or I guess I'll do this in upkeep. And I'll attack the Karn just in case this doesn't work, because Karn restarting the game is not great for me. Upkeep, now we will Snapcaster commit the Karn. If they drew literally another counterspell, so be it. Commit this. So now Karn is... It was beneath the second card, right? Second from the top, so now it is 1 below the top. And then I guess the hope is that we can like dig through time to get there. They're just gonna evoke Muldrifter. Phantasmal Image, Thieving Skydiver, stealing my own thing. Okay. Oh, Snapcaster Mage into Charticourse? And then if they draw a land, they can play Karn? Oh boy. I still don't know. I think my draw step commit play was good, because if they drew a, like, not literally Mystic Confluence there, we were in really good shape. Ooh, oh no. Now we're like super dead. Their deck is like ours, but just better. Karn is better than Ugin in these matchups. Sheldeck Isle is like one of the best cards you could ever ask for. They have Soul Ring, like, yeah. If this was Karn, it'd be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even have enough mana. I guess we just main phase dig through time and just hope for the best. And it goes dead. Okay. They're gonna play a Karn. I can take Field of Ruin, but they're gonna be able to activate Sheldeck Isle anyway. Spellpierce is completely dead. So I guess we're just gonna go Walking Ballista, Field of Ruin. Then go Impulse the rest. Because I think Walking Ballista gives me the best outs to Karn. Do that, and then we attack them with probably just both of these. Trade off Snapcasters, that's fine. Here comes Karn. Or something even scarier than Karn. What is this? I'm trying to think what I have that's scary. Let me look at my deck. So it's Rift. I mean, this information's probably not super scary, and I have Brazen Borrower to bounce whatever they get. But it's probably like Riftwing Cloudscape, bounce my Soul Ring, and then replay their own Soul Ring. So I guess at that point it means we're exiling Ugin to the Karn ability. Yeah, this seems right. Yep. Because I just 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 mana is just nowhere near enough. There goes Karn. Goodbye Ugin. I mean, we still somehow could win this game. Given this, I think I just have to hope that they whiff, and we're gonna Brazen Borrower the Riftwing Cloudscape. while they're tapped low. They discard 2 land, so maybe they got playable spell. We're like infinitely dead to a counterspell. That is for sure. Temple Garden. Alright, let's Riftwing Cloudskate. I guess we're gonna play around days. Riftwing Cloudskate now. Bouncing Karn again. Attack them for 2. I mean, the problem is they just have like infinite mana. Like, that's so much mana over there. Yeah, and then we're gonna lose our Walking Ballista. I don't know, maybe it was better just to play the Ballista. But we lose Ballista. I mean, I think we just let them have Karn and we hit them for 4 and then play Brazen Borrower and hope that things go well. This is Consecrated Sphinx. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, we're dead. But yeah, there was a world where we Brazen Borrower, so we attack them for 4 down to 9. They Karn downtick on something. Then we get to Brazen Borrower, hit them for 5 down to 4, and like, there was a tempo game we could have possibly played. Now it's pretty much untenable, especially if they have any... Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll see what I draw, but this is pretty much over. Their deck is literally mine, but... Oh, okay, Gush is a start. All good things begin with Gush. Remand. Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna beat that Karn. The Mirror, you say? Quick Lodestone could do something? The problem is they just have a bunch of mana artifacts. Could bring in Wasteland just to deal with Shelldock Isle. Honestly, the weird thing is Trigon Predator. You know what? I feel like this matchup is not that bad. I forgot I have Trigon Predator, which is surprisingly good against Sol Ring. The downside is they have Sol Ring, so it's going to be difficult. Alright, we can do this. I believe in our deck. We're going to have Spell Pierce without any blue mana. Yeah, this is the risk. Okay, this hand's good. We're just going to get rid of Ugin. And we just need them to not have Sol Ring turn 1. Mountain. Oh, what? That was unexpected. I really hope they go for Strip Mine and I can Gush. Part of course is fine. Discarding Consecrated Sphinx. Their hand must be insane. In fact, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're stuck on mana and that I should counter their mana. If they're discarding Consecrated Sphinx, I'm gonna counter this. Ooh, well, I'm countering that for sure. You definitely can't have that floating around. Did they Force of Will? Alright, let's Gush. Not getting any better than this, and I can draw Spell Pierce or Force of Will. Or literally nothing. Well, I think I'm dead? I could play Walking Ballista for 1. They draw Mystic Confluence. Okay. I mean, I think that Gush was correct there. Let's play Walking Ballista. This means if they downtick Narset, I can at least kill her. And that lets me draw cards. Although, honestly, there's not too much in my deck that draws cards. Maybe that was an aggressive Gush. Oh, they do have Wasteland. Okay. Control Magic Urza? Oh. This is so problematic. And they don't activate Narset. I like that. I almost want to convince them to use Wasteland. We're going to Temple Garden here. Play a Trigon Predator. Do I just kill the Construct? I think I do. I want to minimize their chances of being able to cast Mystic Confluence. They hit Time Warp. And they hit Karn. Okay, they don't get Mystic Confluence. Narset goes down. You can have a Simic Signet. Okay, we're somehow getting back into this. Let's attack Narset. This Karn is problematic. I can Spellseeker. I guess I haven't seen Days from them, but I might as well play around Days. Ability, yes. Oh, Spell Pierce is pretty good in this situation. Yeah, do that. Because now their Mystic Confluence is just pretty bad. They have 7 cards in hand, they are stuck on mana. I think tempo is the only way I win this, and like, locking them off of... Do I give them a Sol Ring? So they cast it and then they have 5 mana? Yeah, you can have a Sol Ring. I don't know if this is optimal, but basically decking our opponent is like our win condition here or something. I mean, I don't know. Everything starts with drawing like Dig Through Time or something. Also, do they discard Frost Titan? They exiled Frost Titan to Force of Will, that's right. Alright, you can have Sol Ring, that's fine. Simic Signet is also fine. I wonder if they wanted to go a Sol Ring into activate Urza, because he lets them play lands, I think, yeah. Ooh, alright, they just had it all. Yeah, okay. They literally just had the perfect series of cards. I guess I do fetch here. Draw counterspell. As long as they have active Karn, like how do I beat that? And they know I have Spell Pierce, so they could just play around it. I had a plan. I think it was a good plan. Oh, they wastelanded to turn on Unholy Heat? Why does that do 3? Does 2. Alright, they make a construct. Yeah, this is just really bad now. Yeah, okay. I'm very close to conceding, but we're gonna give it like one more turn. And I'm gonna cast this with the hope that they don't Mystic Confluence, because they can pay for it off of the construct. I can Snapcaster Mage Gush. Honestly, at this point, I kind of just have to take Field of Ruin. I can't give them like a free spell off Shelldock. Kill this. Get an island. Last turn, but we're just like really slowly dying. They can bribery me now, and like that gets bad. I think, yeah, Trigon Predator was my one answer. They used their one answer for it. I guess drawing Repeal would be nice. Take 4. That's interesting. Let's Hangerback Walker. I think they might have enough. Yeah. They can Cryptic Command and then Mystic Confluence. So we'll just go for this. I mean, I know they have Mystic Confluence. I'm just going to concede when this happens, probably. Yeah. This is disgusting. Their deck is very good, and their draws were just perfect for ours. Concede? Yeah, alright. See you guys next round. Alright, round 3 against Lord Mew. We're on the play. With a very good hand. Really happy about this one. The last match was just brutal. I wonder what like the overall win percentage would be if both of our decks played together. I think theirs is just better in the mirror. So I think theirs would be higher. But it definitely wouldn't be as bad as those rounds showed, I don't think. Ooh, we're against a mulliganing opponent? I'll take it, I'll take it. Let's hope they play some artifacts that I can just yoink. What? That's not even fair. Now they know about the Skydiver? Ooh, that's not even fair. Alright. Goblin Guide it is. Land? Nice. It always feels good when Goblin Guide reveals land. I think I am going to have to discard the hand size. An Oko. Oh, no, I don't. Right, because I went first. Okay, that's pretty good. So now we can like let them attack with Goblin Guide and then repeal it. That way we get the land trigger. Okay, that's fine. I'm essentially just like refusing to use my counterspell on something that costs less mana than counterspell, unless I absolutely have to. Okay, we get our land. Now, do I use repeal to save mana? I think I'm just going to take the 3, and then I'll repeal at end of turn. This also lets me hold up counterspell, because I think it's pretty unlikely they have something to do with this last single mana. Yeah. And this is pretty nice. Okay, Ugin will be good if we can survive that long. Dragon Predator will also be good. I think I'm just gonna play the Skydiver. Is that right? Or do I want a Spellseeker? I'm gonna have to discard. Skydiver answers like Shrine of Burning Rage, but it can just trade for Goblin Guide. Alright, yeah, we'll just do this. Cast this, no kicker. It's the least mana efficient by far, but if they happen to have burn, or happen to not have burn, it does save me quite a bit of damage. Well, I regret everything. Okay, okay. Our single objective is surviving to Ugin. We can Spellseeker for... Oh no. Do they have Goblin Guide plus like Flame Slash? Oh, that's even worse. I mean, casting Spellseeker wouldn't have changed this, but not great. Snapcaster Mage? Okay. That's something. That is actually something. Land go. We can Snapcaster repeal the Swiftspear block Goblin Guide. They only have 2 cards in hand. And then somehow Chandra dies at some point. I mean, the problem is right now, Chandra just races my Ugin, right? Chandra's going to kill me before I can play an Ugin. Because I don't have any Soul Ring or Mox or any mana acceleration. Okay, we do get the land. Which is nice. Let's play Snapcaster on repeal. I guess I have to draw into like commit or something. Move to blockers. Repeal the Swiftspear. Okay, Temple Garden means Oko. That's pretty good. And I can do that with Counterspell backup. As long as they don't land like Cough. They're tapping Ancient Tomb really fast though. Run away. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Oh wow, Brazen Borrower is huge. Problem is I'm gonna take 5. I'm gonna go to 3 life against the burn deck. What do I do? I can play Trigon Predator, it just dies to Chandra. I can play Oko, I go to 6, and then I guess they can't necessarily kill my Oko. And I can play Oko while holding up Counterspell Brazen Borrower. That's something. Right now, yeah, the options are I Brazen Borrower Chandra and then I counter it. And I play Temple Garden tapped. But I'm taking at least 5 damage. Because they're going to play Monastery Swiftspirit. It's going to be at least 6. Oh right, if I play Oko, they just kill Oko. So that doesn't work. I think it's got to be Brazen Borrower. Plus Counterspell. Bounce Chandra. And we just hope they have nothing to go off with Runaway Steamkin. We just... we're hoping to take 5 and go to 3. That is the situation. And I think the correct play from them is to play Monastery Swiftspear and then swing out. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to 2. Because they can use the Magda token post-combat to cast Chandra. And then the crazy thing is, even if I do counter Chandra, like, they still have Runaway Steamkin mana they can use to cast other stuff. Oh, I'm just dead. Alright. We're just dead here, right? They lightning bolt me. This was good sequencing. They get all their prowess triggers, whatever. They hit me for extra Runaway Steamkin damage. And then if I counter lightning bolt, then they can play Chandra using Runaway Steamkin mana. So there was not really a world in which I was winning that. I think I can afford to run Field of Ruin against mono red. I want to bring in a Plains for Linvala. The other option is Lodestone Golem just because it's big, but I think I just bring in an island and call it a day. And just hope for the best. I mean, this is a hand. We're gonna wait on this Botanical Sanctum. This deck has a really hard time against mono red. Like, if they have a 1-drop here, we're in bad shape. And they've shown quite a few of them. Oh, they have a 2-drop here. Is this Porcelain Legionnaire? Ooh, okay. Yeah, 2-drop on turn 1. That's why I said Ancient Tomb and mono red is disgusting. There's a Spellseeker. I cannot afford to get wastelanded, so we're just gonna do it like this. And I guess our hope is they miss land drops. That would be pretty nice. And then I could just play Trigon Predator next turn. If we're in Magical Christmas Land, that's what I'll ask for. They kept Ancient Tomb nothing, and I draw Trigon Predator. Okay, well let's Impulse. Narset and lands. Guess I take Narset. Play this. Play Spellseeker. This is so bad. But I can't just like hold up Remand, because if they do nothing, I'm in bad shape. If they play Chandra next turn, I'm super dead. I guess I take Repeal. And depending on what happens, I could like block with Spellseeker and then Repeal. I just charm my face. Okay. That's honestly not so bad. Basically, them making that play is like forcing me to chump block, because killing it Spellseeker and losing 3 damage. Okay, if they don't have another play, like if they're just Goblin Guiding, this could be pretty good. Okay. There are worse things. I'm taking 5, but there are still worse things. Commit Memory, that's also pretty good. Let's go ahead and play another blue. Yeah, let's pass turn and just see what happens. I'm kind of interested in repealing the Goblin Guide and holding up Remand. It saves 1 less damage than repealing Scrap Heap Scrounger, but it lets me double spell. And we're just trying to draw into like Oko or something. Ugin eventually. I think Ugin's on the bottom, but I did shuffle. I also get to see what I'm drawing off this repeal too, which is nice. Mana Leak? Okay. I'm gonna take the 5. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to counter something. Okay, we commit this. Then we can Narset. Play land. Oh, I guess I need blue. Blue for Narset. I have Repeal for Goblin Guide or Remand or Mana Leak at the ready. Force of Will is pretty good. If they want to burn Narset, I'd kind of prefer it. I'll just let that happen. We're also just digging towards Ugin. If they attack Narset with Goblin Guide, I'd probably still just Repeal. And then we might be able to get enough cards into our graveyard for Dig Through Time soon. This is such an uphill battle. If I just had like a 4-4 or something, we would be in way better shape. Alright, Beaumont Courier is fine for now. Is this draw? No. It just puts the exiled cards into your hand. Imagine if this was like draw 7 cards and then they did that with Narset. They just discarded their hand and then that would be bad. I also think they know that I have Repeal in hand because I think I got that off Spellseeker. Yeah, they don't do anything pre-combat. We'll see where they attack. If they sent both at Narset... Okay, they're attacking me. That makes the most sense to me. They get a card. I reveal a land, please. Spell Pierce. Alright, let's repeal the Goblin Guide. And I guess I can now Force of Will pitching Spell Pierce and go down to 5. If they play like Narset or something. Not Narset, Chandra. Don't think I can Force of Will a Goblin Guide. They still have 3 cards in hand, and I think I'm gonna have to Force of Will some type of burn spell or something. Okay, drawing land is good. Activate Narset. Karn is pretty good. Play land, 2, 3, 4. We can play Karn. And just start making Karnstruct, I guess. It's not great, but it's all we have. They probably just have 3 burn spells in hand. Or all lands. That's also an option, I guess. Hazoret the Fervent. I can remand that. Do I Force of Will a Monastery Swiftspear? Honestly, I think I do. Like, I have to do something. Their hand is Hazoret 1 Unknown. Attacking me with both? Drawing Oko. Okay, that changes a lot, actually. I think now I just block the Beaumont Courier. I go to 3 this way? Or I just block Goblin Guide and max Prevent? Problem is they have Hazoret next turn, right? Like, how do I beat that? I guess I go to 3 and just hope they don't have burned. I know one of the cards in their hand, so it's only 50% chance that I just die immediately. Well, not 50, but it's like way less likely that they have Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning. Okay, well, I wasn't beating that, so... Man, that's a really unfortunate showing for what I thought was an excellent deck. We were missing like an Urza or some early blocker, even like a Baral or something. Anything with 3 toughness you could play in turn 2 would be very helpful. This is 2 toughness, right? Yeah, that wouldn't be good. But like anything that could have blocked, I think would have really helped in those matches. It was a sick deck nonetheless. Teferi was probably an ambitious splash, but Oko felt definitely worthwhile. And the rest of the deck was really nice. Oh, I could have drawn Walking Ballista at like any point. That would have really helped in that game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to keep drafting these if you're enjoying them, and I'll see you guys soon.